guest for our intro. Always setting it down on the ones and twos. Welcome to the What You've Been Watching podcast. I am your host, the exhausted, marvelous Mike Dudley. Joined as always by my co-host and younger brother,
MD3 Marcus Dudley, checking in with you. How y'all doing out there?
In here, out there, all the ships at sea.
Yeah, anywhere you are listening, thank you for tuning in to the What You've Been Watching podcast. We appreciate it.
Thank you, legions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how are you today, man, besides exhausted? Just exhausted?
Just exhausted, man. It's been a long day, but I'm looking forward to sitting down and talking about some movie stuffs with you, because it always makes me feel better. You know, I really appreciate stuff like this.
This whole experiment came out of just therapeutic, trying to be creative. So it's so far so good. We have a very special episode for y'all today. We really do.
So special.
I have not written a jingle for it yet, but I will, and eventually I'll be able to incorporate my silliness.
It's the mailbag. We gotta open letters, see what y'all are talking about.
Woo, you heard that. That was off the top. Yeah, we have a viewer mailbag. So we are going to dive right in. This might be a little bit of a shorter episode. We'll see, but...
Maybe not.
Maybe
we
not.
know how we do.
Yeah, so let's fire up right in. The first question we got is, who do you think is an underrated director?
Wow, okay. That's a big one. Underrated. For me, I don't know if he's underrated, but I just want to get his name out there anyway, just in case you've never seen any of his stuff. David Cronenberg is a fantastic director. A lot of his stuff deals in the body horror kind of thing. So you know, it's like The Fly and The Wasp Woman and like all of that kind of stuff. Very long, very exemplary career. So I don't know if he's underrated, because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that know about him, but that would probably, just off the top of my head, that'd be the one I would choose. Get into some of his stuff. It deals with a lot of freakish body dysmorphia and a lot of what does it mean to be a man if I'm not human, then am I man, and that kind of thing. So yeah, David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg. I think I got two for this one.
Okay.
One, I'm going to say I think he's done a lot of cult classics, and a lot of people sleep on how funny I think he actually is. Mike Judge.
That's a good one, yeah.
Of Beavis and Butthead fame, he directed Office Space, he did Idiocracy, which is an incredibly funny movie. He did a movie called Extract, King of the Hill. I think his live action stuff, it's people sleep on how funny and stuff he is, and how comedic his timing is very different than everybody else's. I think directorially he's he's worked with this guy too, is why it made a lot of sense in the movie Extract. He's the director version of Jason Bateman's comedic timing. It's very different, very much so his own. But you feel what I'm saying.
I do feel what you're saying. That is a very pinpointed metaphor. It's like you gotta, but I get it.
You either know what I'm talking about with that or you don't. But
Jason Bateman's timing. Okay.
Yeah, but directorially, behind the camera. Also, one of the actors, the guy who was in Office Space, he said, man, I've seen Mike Judge's Notebook, and he's like, man, if you think that he's out of material, he's got stuff for decades that he could hit you with. So, not just as a writer, but as a director, I think he's slept on a lot. I think a lot of people just look at him as an animator and don't give him the proper due behind the lens. Right. The other one I'm going to say is Ben Stiller. I don't think Ben Stiller gets enough credit for the work he does behind the Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I mean, you're talking
Tropic Thunder
alone.
Reality Bites.
Yeah.
He directed that. Okay, yeah. I mean, Reality Bites alone for me is one of the most. It's a very 90s. It is a very 90s movie. Like you have to have grown up during a very certain era in order to get that. But for me, when I first saw that movie, it hit on such a level. I mean, I thought that. I just thought that Troy, Ethan Hawke's character, was the quintessential cool. I mean, I now kind of realize he's kind of a douchebag.
He's a little smarmy too.
He's a little smarmy and stuff like that. But he, at the time, 14, 15, whatever, like, that's all I wanted to be, was just like, oh, he's into philosophy, and he's always the smartest guy in the room, and he's got the cool girlfriend, but also he can get some side ass as well, so.
Yeah, and then you see it later, you're like, oh, he's crazy insecure.
Oh, yeah. Like, the dude is, and kind of a dick. I mean, just, like.
Yeah. But no, I think Ben Stiller slept on behind the lens, so that would be my 2 selections. Mike Judge. So we got Mike Judge, Ben Stiller, David Cronenberg. Cool. Good answers. My next question is, what is your favorite adult animation show? Let's exclude anime, just because if it's anime, mine would be Dragon Ball Z. I think yours is Neon Genesis.
Neon Genesis.
Or Sailor Moon, probably one of those two.
See, I don't know if Sailor Moon would be qualified as adult quote unquote. Yeah. When you say adult, to me, that means dealing with not necessarily like sex or nudity or what have you, although there is that, but it means more dealing with adult themes.
Yeah, I got you.
Sailor Moon is very much bubblegum teenager. It's high school problems, but also I have to fight monsters. So,
right. Yeah, I got that.
So, whereas Neon Genesis deals a little bit more with, again, what does it mean to be human, and what is my role in society and life, and why we do the things that we do, and how do I constantly fit into these interpersonal relationships that I create. So that, and then of course there's also great graphic monster fighting, and
yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
So outside of anime, let's just stick it to like The Simpsons and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Let's see. This is
a tough one for me.
It is, because it's for a breadth of choices. I am spoiled for want of this.
Right.
All right, I got 2. My modern day one is probably BoJack Horseman.
BoJack.
It's It's a little bit slower. It's a little bit more methodical. Not every episode is going for zingers and comedic timing. Some episodes are very clearly there to set up things that are going to happen later in the series. But the payoff, when it eventually comes around, is both tragic and satisfying in this really weird, emotionally cathartic way. Like, it's not always the ending that I want or how I would like it to go, but the ending that the end result that I get makes a lot of sense, and in some way, whether it's sad or anger, or anxiety, or whatever, it touches on something like, oh, that's a natural reaction to that.
Right.
For sure.
For a show that's about an anthropomorphic course, and has like animals living amongst us that are able to speak and things like that, it's incredibly realistic. So what was your second? I agree with you on BoJack. That's hard for me not to, especially I'm on a BoJack kick right now.
Yeah. For me also, going classic style, I would say Beavis and Butthead.
Speaking of Mike Judge?
But carrying into that, there was a brief period in MTV's history where their animation schedule was amazing. I mean, you had The Max, which was violent and poetic and sort of surreal in terms of it dealt with like dream worlds and alternate realities, and like, is the dream that we're living now the real dream, or is our dream our reality? Aeon Flux, which was
huge,
really weird animation and super cybernetic futures that dealt with, I mean, I don't think there was a bunch of nudity in the show, but it was very explicitly sexual.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you had The Head and Beavis and Butthead, and I think they at some point brought in Ren and Stimpy into the thing. So that would be, because so I chose Beavis and Butthead because that was always the lead-in to that animation block. So, you had like 30 minutes of Beavis and Butthead making fun of music videos and doing their inside jokes, and then that always led into the bigger animation block of the MTV, was it Liquid Television, I think it was?
I think so.
Liquid TV? Yeah.
This pretty much all I do is watch adult animation, because it's just the easiest thing for me to fall asleep to, because most of it is mindless, which I love mindless stuff. So I'm a pretty big connoisseur of it. I give everything an honest chance. I even saw Hoops on Netflix, and like if it's a new adult animation show, I'll give it a spin to see what's up. A couple of my favorites. I am a Rick and Morty guy. That's not probably the one I'm going to go with. At any point, it could have been South Park. South Park, I do love me some South Park. I'm such a big fan that I quiz myself. I'll think of when I'm flipping through, I'll think of an episode, and I'm like, that's season 13. And I'm like, how right am I? And I'm usually pretty right.
Right on.
I think I could go through, if you ask me seasons 1 through whatever it is now, up to about 18. I could probably at least list you one episode.
So if I just give you an episode description, you could like piece together like, oh, that's season 5, episode 9 or whatever.
Yeah, if you gave me like a season and be like, name an episode from that season, I could do it, definitely.
Okay.
So, yeah. But anyways, that's a game for another day. So yes, South Park's pretty high on the list. BoJack's high. I do like Family Guy. I mean, it's hard to vote against The Simpsons.
F is for Family. The Simpsons.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
The Simpsons is really high. It's.
I mean, just mad respect to The Simpsons just in and of themselves.
The first 10 seasons is absolutely brilliant. I don't give a shit who you are. But I think my answer is gonna have to be the Boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
I am a huge Boondocks connoisseur of all sorts. Young Reezy, the fundraiser, a.k.a. Riley Escobar, a.k.a. Young Reezy, a.k.a. the horse choker.
I was going to say, I'm just waiting for you to find a quote that we can actually play on the air.
Yeah, dude. I'm a huge... The Boondocks is just so much of everything I love. It is very much so like in the air of Simpsons, like how the Simpsons led to South Park. So it's got a lot of that humor. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of Chappelle Show humor, which anybody that knows me knows I am a ravenous Chappelle Show fan.
Right.
That's the only DVD I've ever broken just by playing in the DVD player. I lived with my cousin when I moved out of my parents' house, and every day one disc said Shap and the other one said L Show on it, and we were like, you want the Shap or you want the L? And I mean, we would just play it even when we weren't at the house. It was on 24 hours a day. I mean, I know the commentary, the commentary of the deleted scenes. Right. Like, I always warn people when I tell them I'm a Chappelle Show fan, and they're like, oh, I'm Rick James, bitch. I always tell them, like, please beware that when you open this floodgate with me, I'm going to do deep cuts and you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. But, like, it's not going to stop.
Challenge him.
And
make sure your friends are there. You might get embarrassed.
Right. I got to say the Boondocks, though, because it rolls up everything. So, and also it's like a great action show, like when Huey gets to putting the nunchucks to work or whatever. I fucking love the Boondocks.
It is this perfect blend of social commentary, progressive like shock humor meets like kung fu films plus blaxploitation films plus the best and worst of BET.
And it's incredibly dumb, and it winks at that. Because it winks at how dumb some of these cultures are, whether it be like hip-hop culture or like white people outrage or anything like that, how dumb some of it is.
Right.
But it's incredibly sharp in its presentation of whatever the juvenile humor may be. It's incredibly sharp with it.
It's
bitingly sardonic.
Oh, bitingly sardonic, exactly. Yeah, it is very sharp in terms of when it makes a point, it makes a finely tuned point. Like, it's not just stabbing in the dark trying to, like, go for shock humor. It's using shock humor in order to make you think about the implications of what's being said. But in the same breath, you're also like, I don't know that they can say that on television.
Oh, yeah. So. And Colonel H. Stinkmeaner, I was talking to Michael the other day about it, and, like, I'm such an easy mark that, like, if something is funny to me, it's funny for life. And in the show BoJack Horseman, Cedric Yarborough is one of the voice actors. He's one of the voice talents on the show. He plays Officer Meow Meow Fuzzy Face. He was in Reno 911. And he does an opening, like a cold open in BoJack, where he does the chicken for days. He's like, chicken for days, chicken. But he uses a very close voice to that of Colonel H. Stinkmeaner of the Boondocks. And Colonel Stinkmeaner is one of my favorite characters in small screen, large screen. He's like, Colonel H. Stinkmeaner, I get money, holla at your boy. Like, he's the best, it's the greatest character ever.
He's an overtly racist, blind, old black guy. And I don't know how else to put it other than that. But
he's not even racist, he's just hateful.
He is. You're right. But he is also, I mean, he drops N-bombs like it's the word Tuesday.
No, so the Boondocks is probably my favorite of, like, that set the bar incredibly high for me. Next question, would you rather live in the Star Trek universe or the Star Wars universe?
Okay, see, that's a tough question.
I know my answer.
Because I love Star Wars. I've always been more of a Star Wars fan than I have Star Trek. Like, I've been peripherally involved in Star Trek. The problem is that in Star Trek, they built a utopic society.
You answered the question, yes.
So, like, they don't have money. They don't have, like, they've eliminated world hunger and war. Like, everybody's just like, oh no, I got to go to college to study philosophy and work on art, or I'm an English professor. I'm like, they're not that blue collar jobs are gone, but just that, like,
all the needs are met. Like,
right, like
self-actualization.
you go work in you go work construction because you love working construction, and like you're not getting paid for it. It's just your contribution to society. You're good at it. You go be a brain surgeon because you are capable and good at being a brain surgeon. So that's your or a painter or an artist or a whatever. However, there's something to be said for riding around roaming the universe with me and my dog/human best friend, just getting into all sorts of trouble, and also laser swords, dude. Need I say more? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I you actually took the words out of my mouth about it. Now, if the question was, would you rather be a Jedi or be in Starfleet? I would rather be a Jedi. But I'm saying, most of Star Wars, motherfuckers are broke. The only thing that's good right. is whether you agree or disagree with them. There's always a job market in the Empire. Like, they always seem to be hiring because they're losing guys left and right. So it'd be easy to find a job at least. But, like, Star Trek, you don't... Even if I'm not, like, Captain Picard and I'm just hanging out on Earth, it's, like, some of the best living you could do. Right. Would I rather? I mean,
like in canon, it literally is the most prosperous time in human history.
Yeah. So would I rather be a Jedi? Yeah. The chances of me being a Jedi, let's be honest, they're pretty slim.
See, that's the question: is am I human in these universes, or am I like?
I just mean as you are, I guess.
So I would be human.
Yeah.
Well, in the Star Wars universe, they have yet to visit Earth, so I have no idea what that's like.
Well,
allegedly, it was a long time ago, so, I mean, am I a caveman at this point?
Well, I just mean like a humanoid, I guess, but whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'd say Star Trek, but only because of those reasons of your steps to achieve self-actualization. You're like already halfway there just by being born.
Sure, right. Like, if I get to choose where my position is in that world, absolutely Star Wars. If I just have to go by random chance, absolutely Star Trek.
Yeah, it's pretty
100%.
Yeah, Star Wars is pretty grimy outside of the yeah. So, anyways, one more question. Let's see what we got. Good one. What character do you play in Mario Kart?
Toad. Toad for the win. Everything. All these haters out here that want to say Toad is the worst character ever, bite my dick, because Toad has been there since day one. Who's the one that greets you in Mario World, Bowser's Castle, level 1-1? What's he tell you? Hey man, our princess is in another castle. He's grateful. He's like giving you salutes and praises and bowing to you. He's been there since day one. Luigi wasn't there.
Actually, yeah, he was.
Not in game. I mean, you had to be player 2 though.
He's still there though.
Still had to be player 2.
Well, enough of your garbage ass selection. Toad is garbage. I mean, I appreciate him for what he is, but he's garbage.
I knew you asked that question just so you could harp on Toad. Yeah.
Because the correct answer is Yoshi, and the second answer is Luigi. Or Waluigi. But yes, Yoshi is my character that I play in Mario Kart. Now it depends. If I'm just playing for fun, it's Yoshi. If I'm really trying to like place in the CC, I'll figure out who the best character is and the best builds are, and I'll go for that. But if you just put a Mario game on and Yoshi's an option, it's a house rule that like I just get to be Yoshi. Like, Super Smash, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be Yoshi. Like, let's just be very clear here. I fucks with Yoshi very heavy. So, good question though. Good question.
Okay. This one comes from Scott D, and it's just the word grandiose over and over and over again. That's weird. That's okay. We'll move on from that one. Let's see. We got, what fashion trend from a movie would you like to see adapted into the real world?
So I get to pick the fashion sense of a film and put it in the real world.
Sure, yeah.
I wish it's not. I don't really know a movie that I can think of. Maybe I've never even seen it, but I know one. Romeo and Juliet, the Baz Luhrmann movie.
Yeah, okay.
That shit was rad. We had the fly open Hawaiian shirts with the suspenders that didn't hold anything up. I always thought that was a rad.
And they're all wearing Bahama pants for some reason.
Yeah, I always thought they looked super rad. I mean, I was a kid when that came out, but my friends and I dressed. We would have a vest on with no shirt underneath. I mean, yeah, we would. Yeah, that was, and then they have wingtip Italian shoes and,
with the steel toes and stuff.
Yeah, that shit was rad, with cowboy boots and shit. We're fly as fuck in that movie, man.
Hell yeah.
So that, or I don't know, Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. I have some penguin beak gloves and shit like that. Just the top half of the penguin beak, so double the amount of penguins would have to die in order for me to have some fly ass material.
I got a fur coat made from all the finest puppy ears. Everybody knows that's the softest, most pliable part of the puppy.
Yep. So just the right ear. Again,
just the right ear.
All
the right ears on the right, all the left ears on the left.
So double the amount of creatures have to pass away for me to look fly. But
you know how many baby seals I had to personally club to get my socks?
Exactly. Yeah, she was on some fly shit, man. I don't know. What about you though, man?
Mad Max.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to wear chainmail and a loincloth and a hockey mask and be perfectly accepted in society.
Yeah, I mean, it's an iconic look. It's an iconic look.
I want somewhere between medieval and gay leather boy. Somewhere in there. That's what I want.
Yeah. No, I'm with it.
Either that, or I really like the look of... In 2001, A Space Odyssey, when he's on Earth and everybody's wearing sort of they look like suits, but they're also sort of leotard, unitard kind of thing. It's like a suit that goes into just a uniform, like a single piece.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I'm not as familiar with that movie as you and Matthew are, though.
It only happens for a brief moment when the astronauts are on Earth, or I'm sorry, they're on the shuttle that's taking them to the station.
Okay.
But yeah, I always like that look. It's very futuristic and yet very. They imitate it in Bill and Ted when they go to the college.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're all wearing how they all have it's kind of like spandex, but it's also a suit.
So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. They reference it in Bill and Ted.
Okay, I'm with it. Yeah, that'd be. Fly open gators with that? Yeah, I'm with you. If you asked me that same question when I was a kid, it would have been The Crow. I'm a Sting fan. I'm a Crow fan. Yeah.
The Matrix.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Right. Everybody in pleather coats and sunglasses, 24/7.
Yep, this is looking rad. So, good question though.
Okay. Let's see. Next one is cast. This is written weird. So, cast the cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia in superhero roles for either Marvel or DC. So, rewrite the cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia into a superhero role.
Okay.
Danny DeVingo is the Penguin, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, outside of that, let's try. I think we were talking about this before. Mojo of Mojo World is a great answer.
For Danny DeVito?
Yeah.
I
just his face for MODOK, though, would also be good.
Oh, with the big giant floating head and
they just somehow CGI stretched his face to just be...
That'd be cool. Yeah, MODOK. I could see that.
This was on a message board a long time ago, and my answer always was either the guy who was in... Oh, no. Well, that's a whole different thing. It came up about because they had the guy... What's his name who was in Ghostbusters? Winston?
Oh, shit.
Well, either way, it was that guy as Mr. Terrific.
Smash cut to. I'm going to insert the name here.
Yeah, exactly. Ernie Hudson. No, they had him as Mr. Terrific, and it made me think a long time ago. I would have loved to see, and still would love to see, Charlie Day as Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man. When at one point he went out, he split himself so thin, and he went out to go live multiple lives and be happy, and he was like... And then he brought all those people back in, and he kind of went a little bit crazy. And I thought Charlie Day playing Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man, as kind of like that little bit split, little bit off, kind of high-strung, would be a great casting. So we got Charlie Day, we got Danny DeVito, unless you got a better one for either one of them.
No, I think Mojo and MODOK are both really good.
And Multiple Man for
Charlie Day. Charlie Day, I could also see as... I could see him as a Toad, Magneto's henchman.
Yeah, I could see that a little bit.
Like him throwing on like a really thick Cockney accent and trying to play it up.
Yeah, I guess.
Let me see.
So who else do we got on the roster?
Let's see, Glenn Howerton, I could see as... See, I would see him more as maybe a Blue Beetle?
I mean, if that's how you see him, there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
They just cast Blue Beetle, though. It's the guy from...
No, old Blue Beetle. Ted Kord. Ted Kord, not the new guy. Yeah.
See, I see him as a villain. I want him to unleash the fury of 1,000 gods. He's the golden god. I could see him as, like, Mr. Sinister or like Arcade.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, Arcade would be a good one.
Yeah.
Because he's really maniacal and like...
See, I don't know. Charlie Day might make a good Arcade.
He could, yeah. He's cast, though. We got more to go.
We're in there.
Yeah, I would see maybe Mr. Sinister with the full peacock feathers and everything like that, man, with the black... He could be a good Nathaniel Essex, I think. Let's say Rob McElhenney. Now, are we going Fat Mac or are we going...
Oh, we're going super gay Cut Mac.
Oh, let's see.
Or whatever, to you.
Man, let me think. He could actually... And not because he plays a gay character in it, but he actually, I think, would be a good one. But he could be a good North Star.
Okay.
But no, he's also kind of got that Philly attitude, though. Let me think, man. That's a tough one. He might be a street level.
Darkhawk.
Yeah, he's a little too old for Darkhawk.
Nah, no. It's fine. We can play it up. It's okay.
I mean, yeah, I feel like there's a better...
I mean, Chris Powell is supposed to be a teenager when he finds the amulet and stuff, so I get it. But, like, we can play that up. I mean, if Tobey Maguire played a 16-year-old Peter Parker at 35, we can definitely...
Yeah. Yeah, no, bro, he actually would be a pretty good Nova. Like, I could see him being shredded up in the Nova Corps suit as a Richard Rider.
I could dig that. Okay, and we finally get Nova. So.
Yeah, I guess I just shoehorn that in. I just want Nova. Yeah, or like Tombstone, like a shitty villain, like a B-list villain, like Tombstone or something like that.
Ooh, yeah. Stiltman.
Oh, he'd be hilarious, the Stiltman.
Oh, that'd be great.
And let's see, Caitlin Olsen would be Dove.
Because she's a bird.
Because she's a bird. Yeah, so any other suggestions on that one?
Nah, I mean, at this point, we're just listing
people we want to see.
So
we're like, I don't care. Make them this person because I want that person to MCU.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Danny DeVito as Mole Man, I thought about. That would be really good.
Yes.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, he'd be phenomenal.
Especially if they're going to bring in a brand new Fantastic Four. I would love to see him play Mole Man.
That would be a fucking phenomenal Mole Man.
Yeah, it seems to fit. He's real squat, got the real haggard features.
He'd be a great.
Seeing him with, especially if they're going to throw in the green cloak with the cape and whatnot and his little goggles.
That's the thing, is that'd be an easy character to do because he lives underground. So he has that might be the hottest shit in all the mole world, like fashion wise. You know what I mean?
Cape?
Yeah. He might be the flyest dude down there, like unquestionably.
Is that the fashion we're bringing into the real world now?
Yeah, the Mole Man fashion. Yeah, dude.
I want goggles and a cape with a cowl. I want it.
Exactly. All right, cool. What else we got on the mailbag?
Mailbag. Let's see. We got... What TV show or movie would you like to see rebooted? Kind of a general question, but it's a good one.
Oh man, that's tough. TV show or movie I'd like to.
I have two.
Go ahead then, because I don't actually know.
So one's going to be a little bit controversial, and one is, I think, a guaranteed hit. I think Battlestar Galactica is ripe for
a third reboot.
Yes.
Or a second reboot.
Second reboot. Yes. I think it warrants enough to maybe not Battlestar. Ooh, okay. How about this? Instead of Battlestar Galactica, fuck it. Let's bring back Firefly. Let's just do it. Just bite the bullet. We're never gonna get a second series with the original cast. Let's just bite the bullet. Let's just recast it. Do everything. Just do all of Firefly, but actually motivate and move forward on this one and sell the fuck out of it.
You have to uncancel Joss Whedon.
No. It can't. Well, it can't be Joss Whedon, but I think that under the right hands, like I would love to see a J.J. Abrams Firefly.
He reboots everything.
Yeah.
He's rebooting.
Why not? He's got a successful track rate at this point. So
he's
yeah.
rebooting something right now that we don't even know about.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm down for. I was never like a huge fan, but I get the appeal. What was your second one? You said.
I actually would love to see an All in the Family remake.
It'd be hard to do, but.
See, I don't know. I think that if you set it in the 70s, like you literally, like you can't do Archie Bunker in 2022. It doesn't work. Maybe. I'm not a good enough writer to make that.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
You see what I'm saying? Like it may be possible. I don't want to say it could never be done. I am not a good enough writer to make that happen. But if you gave it to me in the 1970s, I could absolutely rewrite that and make it worthwhile. Because then it becomes a whole thing about how kitschy and how far we've come as a people. And really, you got to remember, the whole point of All in the Family was, as racist and as
closed-minded
as he was, by the end of the episode, Archie Bunker learned a lesson.
That's true.
So it never ended with him. It wasn't the Always Sunny of its time, where he just never changed and was always racist the next time. Like, he learned a lesson by the end of it, you know?
I'm with you.
So I think that if you really set it in the 70s and just, not necessarily a shot-for-shot remake, there'd be a few things you'd have to update, but...
The other thing you could do was kind of do a half-in, half-out, where it was like his son...
Oh, tell me more, Thaler.
No, it'd be like his son was saying how he came to his lessons by his own...
So Meathead.
Wait, what?
Archie Bunker's kid?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Like, hypothetically, let's say, like, he's telling the story about how he learned his lessons in life through his own dad's, and that'd be, like, the framework of, like, you set up the episode, like, I came to this conclusion by this, and he kind of shows the lesson of watching his own dad.
So kind of Wonder Years meets...
A little bit.
Okay.
Because, I mean, in today's day and age, you can't just go out there and say half the things that he says. You know, I understand that you were saying there was a point to all that, but, like, you'd have to have a framing device in order for that to even be on air today.
Oh yeah, it definitely would not be an NBC show. It would have to be like a streaming service, like where you could say things, you know.
I'd be with it though. There's definitely a way to do it. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. My answer is going to be pretty simple. One is going to be the Boondocks.
Just because more Boondocks.
Because they were gonna do it, and then rest in peace, John Witherspoon passed away.
Yeah.
And this one they're actually doing, but I hope they keep it close to the same flair. Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they just did the exact... I mean, I think they are going to do it with a lot of the same voice work, but I want the feel of Batman the Animated Series, because that is, like, pinnacle Batman. Definitive Batman.
Hands down, when I read a Batman comic, it is Kevin Conroy's voice that I hear in the Batman narrative. I mean, just he's got that great... baritone / bass voice where if he's playing Bruce Wayne or Batman, like he switches perfectly in between them, and it sounds beautiful, and he's got these really caramel tones and this and then of course Mark Hamill as the Joker is just phenomenal. And Tara Strong as Harley Quinn. I can't read Harley Quinn and not hear that. I mean, Margot Robbie based her entire performance off of the Tara Strong performance.
I mean, yeah, it's all A+, man. And Link of Two Worlds, Andrea Romano. Like, why do I know this? Andrea Romano was the voice director. She was the person who directs all the voice actors on both of those shows, The Boondocks and Batman the Animated Series. Why do I know that? I don't know.
So, Andrea Romano, underrated performance of the year?
Underrated performance of a lifetime. So yeah, those would be my two answers.
Okay, I dig it. That's
and like
really
I said,
solid.
I think they're doing Batman the Animated Series, but I don't know how close it's going to be to what I'm looking for.
I know that they're redoing the X-Men '97. It's basically going to be just a continuation of that series, which I am really looking forward to because
it's going to be dope.
I mean, that was Saturday morning staple. Was you got your bowl of Lucky Charms, you sat down, you watched Power Rangers,
you got Batman,
you watched Batman, and then the next thing you watched was X-Men, and then at some point, you know, then hopefully you lucked out and your dad wasn't like, we got to get going on the day. Brr.
That's usually what happened about 10. It's all good.
10:30.
We got it taken care of though. All right, cool. So next question, my friend.
Let's
see.
Rapid fire. What movie has a soundtrack that cannot be altered? And I think what they're asking is, like, what's the perfect movie soundtrack? Or if it was going to be rebooted, what soundtrack could you just use today?
I would think that it's somewhere along the lines of either one of those, but I would think that it's like where you couldn't replace any song with another song. You know what I mean? Like in the movie. Like all the music. Does that make any sense?
Yep.
That's what I'm reading it as. Or maybe that's what I intended to write out of the mailbag, which is a very real question. Man,
these are all real questions.
I mean, it's easy to say something like Fantasia. You know, but
that's
kind of, but whatever.
That's kind of low-hanging fruit, yeah.
Yeah. Man, as much as I hate to admit it, probably... I know I've heard this question asked before, and the people... I've never seen this movie, so I can't be a judge on it. But everyone says Garden State is what I hear all the time. Everyone's like, oh, Garden State, the soundtrack is exactly what it needs to be. I can't answer to it, though.
Yes and no. I mean, if you saw Garden State when it came out, yes, I would absolutely agree to that. Seeing it now, I would say that it's a very dated soundtrack. Like, it is very much a very specific point in time, you know, like it doesn't use classic songs. It's not like there's songs that are so timeless that they're interchangeable. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's very much a late 90s, early 2000s movie in terms of soundtrack.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've never seen it, so I don't know. The only thing that can really come to my mind is I want to say Pulp Fiction.
That's a good pull, though.
Pulp Fiction's pretty on point with, like, I can't think of another song that would work in those moments. You know what I mean? Like, it really does capture the feel of, like, the record drops seem as if they're almost written into the script. You know, like the needle drops kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know Martin Scorsese does that too, but, like, let's be honest, some of those songs in my opinion, they could be interchanged. But my closest one I can get there is Pulp Fiction, probably. I think is pretty high on the list of things where you can't really change too much, or else you seem to be losing something.
That's a really good one, actually. Yeah,
because it spans everything from like beach vibes to like the 1950s to, you know what I mean, like the go-go swing dancing,
right,
and stuff.
Right. And then they throw in some Zydeco music during the dance scene.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Yeah, I'm trying to think. For me, it would have to be something to where the music is so timeless that you could... Oh, here's one. American Werewolf in London.
Okay.
They used the song Blue Moon about 4 times, but it's a different version every time, and it's always significant. But that being said, they use, Bad Moon on the Rise by Creedence Clearwater. They use Moon Dance, The Night's Magic.
Oh, nice. Good song.
Yeah, it's they use Roy Orbison in there for some reason. Like it's a lot of, and I think it works because the movie's set in the 80s, but they tend to use a lot of 60s, 50s, and even into the 70s songs. So it's music that the protagonist David would have grown up listening to, or like his parents had grown up listening to. The only other thing I could think of is if they were to reboot Highlander today.
Oh, that's a great pull.
I don't necessarily think that they should use the Queen version of those songs, but they should use the exact same soundtrack, but covers.
Yeah, no, that's a
because
really
if you're going to reboot Highlander, then you have to go full on into it and just be like, fuck it, we're doing the exact same formula, just our version of it. So
yeah, I'm with it. No, I'm with it.
So hearing like It's a Kind of Magic or Who Wants to Rule the World or Princes of the Universe or like any of that, like done by not even modern bands, not even like BTK or BSK or whatever the Korean pop.
Mind, Torture, Kill. BTK
whatever. Yeah, the BTK band. So now, but like if they got the Smashing Pumpkins to redo one, or Harry Styles to do one, if they got the Spice Girls to do one,
whatever the tone is that they're going for that movie, they could use those songs and find something to fit it.
Find a tone to fit.
I got you. That's a really good pull, actually. Highlander. Yeah. No, that was a good question though. It's a good question.
Okay.
Even though it was worded weird, we got there.
Let's see. Okay, if you could replace... This is a classic internet question. If you could replace the cast of any movie with the Muppets except for one character, what movie would it be?
I don't know. Let's see.
I got one just off the rip. I don't know how it works.
It would be I Am Legend, but instead of all the zombies, it'd just be Muppets.
Now wait. Who do you keep as the human actor?
That's the thing is, I mean, I could be or would it be that Kermit is the only one out there, or whatever Muppet fits?
You got to keep one out. You got to keep one
no,
actor.
no. Okay. So it's Gonzo, and he's the last man on Earth, and all of the monsters are animal. And they come out at night and they hunt.
I dig it. Okay. But there's got to be one human.
The dog is still the same.
Keep the dog.
Yeah, that's...
Wait. So Gonzo has to snap this dog's neck. Spoilers alert. Yes. Has to snap this dog's neck. Oh, that's dark as shit, bro.
An animal comes out. or let's see. Or Rolf could be...
Rolf is the dog?
And then there's only like one other character that's a human in there. And it's
the woman, yeah.
Yeah, the woman, yeah. Yeah, that's brilliant. No, that's the answer. Yeah, that's the answer. And she just plays it completely normal.
And Kermit's the vampire leader?
Or the Count.
Perfect.
Yeah, the Count is the vampire leader, and then it's all animals.
That's right.
It's a bunch of animals. Yes.
I dig it.
That is the correct answer.
I would watch the shit out of it.
And then the woman that comes in and plays, she's the actress from Queen of the South. Yeah, she just plays it completely normal. Like if she played it straight, that would be the most brilliant movie ever. Like she didn't ever acknowledge like that she was the only thing that was different, not made of cloth. Right. That'd be brilliant. Yeah, I Am Legend is the answer.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah. Just imagine all the animal. Or it's a bunch of Cookie Monsters running out. Yeah, this is the correct answer. Yeah.
Well, mine's not going to top that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I Am Legend. Yeah.
That's pretty dope, actually. Yeah. So my choice was, and it's kind of a gimme, Jaws.
Okay.
I want the shark played by a Muppet because I like the idea of like a felt shark. Nom 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 nom.
Your shark sound effects always good.
And I would turn Kermit into Chief Brody.
Okay.
I would turn Quint into the Swedish Chef only because I want him to do the entire Indianapolis speech as Morka Morka Shark and bourbon on the toppin'.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's a good one.
Never get him mean, Chief. That's
a great one.
And I would keep Hooper as the human.
I'd see that movie.
Richard Dreyfuss interacting with a bunch of Muppets.
I'd see that movie in a second.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of my answer still.
Yeah, I think yours beat mine. I'm not gonna lie. I think yours beat mine. Credit where credit's due. That was a way better answer.
Oh shit! All right, well we will come right back. We are gonna take a quick commercial break.
Let's hear it out for video games.
Yeah, video games. We'll be right back.
Yeah. And thank you to our sponsors, Video Games, for draining my bank account since 1989. But also, you keep the wolves at bay, so mad respect.
Video games, a pleasant distraction. All right. Oh.
Little thunder action.
Little thunder action there. Sorry. Okay. Here's the question. What movie, when you left the theaters, were you most pleasantly surprised after viewing?
Most pleasantly surprised?
Yeah, I guess in terms of like whether it be, oh, I didn't have expectations for it, or you didn't really know what you were going to get, but it still kind of won you over, something like that, you know?
Okay, so I have two.
Okay.
The first one is Blade Runner 2049.
Good pull.
I purposely stayed away from watching the trailers for this movie just because, I mean, full confession, like Blade Runner is one of my favorite science fiction movies and movies of all time. I think it's brilliant, so well shot, so cinematically beautiful. Very poignant and very emotionally investing. And then, of course, you add Harrison Ford, who I love. It's a great detective noir. So when they announced the sequel, I was very skeptical of how do you capture the magic of the first one. Okay. That is so endearing to me and that I love so much. And I gotta say, they really did it. It's at least comparable to the first one. I don't know if it's better, but it's at least as good in my opinion, which is a hard feat to accomplish.
I think it's better personally, but
okay.
Yeah, that's a good poll though, because I wasn't sure how it was going to land, being so long after the other one too. Mm-hmm. And so when I did view it, I was like, man, that was surprisingly good. Yeah, it was a very pleasant surprise. That fits the qualifications of the question perfectly, actually.
And then the second one was the Dredd movie with Carl Urban as Judge Dredd. Again, like I had seen one trailer for it and was completely blown away by it and just thought like this has got to be, it's going to be either gloriously awesome or gloriously awful. Either way, I got to be a part of it, and it's kind of a really sweet combination of both.
It is. Now that movie rules if you haven't seen it. Mega City 1.
I mean, it's essentially The Raid, but told with a big Hollywood budget, and Carl Urban as Judge Dredd is amazing in it. I mean, you never see his face, and it's just gloriously violent and over the top, but in all of the best ways.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. Mm-hmm. It's pretty badass. Yeah, that's a good pull. Okay. I would say for myself, only because I wasn't really sure what to expect. And I have some issues with the movie, only because it kind of changes tones, but I would say District 9.
That's another really good pull. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I have some issues with it upon like further viewing of like, there's some scenes like he walks out of the hospital with a knife to a doctor's neck, and that's how he's whatever. I take some issue with it. But when I first saw it, I was like, is this going to be a documentary? And then it is like a fake documentary, but then at some point it just switches into an actual movie. And whatever problems I may or may not have with the film, it was one of the most original things I had seen in a very long time, and still is one of the most original films I had seen in my life. And
I mean, Neil Blomkamp coming off of, I mean, he had never done anything before. He was just this completely unknown director, and then you get I'm going to butcher his name, Sharlto Copley?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is, I think, one of the most underrated actors.
Ooh, it's coming down out there.
Apologies. We're braving the storm. We're actually holding up a golden metal rod as we're broadcasting, so you can reach this.
Yeah.
Neil Blomkamp, just coming out of left field. I mean, like this completely unknown director, and brings us this really original, brilliant piece of cinema that is completely engaging and politically motivated and relevant to what was going on at the time. So yeah.
It's like I said, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna get out of it, but then I left. I was like, dude, that fucking ruled.
Yeah,
like I would see that 10 more times, and I probably have. I also just like his accent. He's like, "Don't you fucking point your tentacles at me!
Point your tentacles at me, sir."
Yeah. No, that movie is one of the most original films I've ever seen, and that would be a movie I was very pleasantly surprised upon viewing.
Cool.
So, and the CGI is incredible in it. Oh my goodness. So, next question. I feel we have sufficiently answered that one. We got a few more here, then we'll let y'all go. If you could only watch one streaming service for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Okay.
Now, do you base this on... Here's the question for me, is do I base this on original programming, or do I base this on accessibility to the things I already like?
And that's where it comes down for me as well, because immediately the first thing that came to mind was I would keep Peacock, but that's only because they currently have every WWE match ever, like every pay-per-view, every match from probably like, God, I think they go back to like 1967 is the furthest match that I've seen.
Damn.
I mean, you gotta dig to find it, but I mean,
that's a big library.
Yeah. So, and I'm a huge wrestling fan, but there's nothing else that I watch on that streaming service. Like right. I keep that very explicitly for the WWE service.
Yeah, you're not an Office guy, are you?
No. And I'm not watching Stoked or The Good Place or any of that other stuff. Right. So strictly for the library of WWE, I would say Peacock. But in terms of things that I actually watch, probably HBO. Just because they might not have everything, but at the very least, it's always changing and they're always bringing in new things. And you get Game of Thrones, you get Westworld, you get
The Wire,
The Sopranos.
Yeah,
I mean,
shit, you might have turned my
yeah. You get all of the DC movies from Superman 1976 up until the most recent Batman Robert Pattinson movie. So that's a tough one to beat for me.
They have classics on there too. They have like all the MGM movies. Yeah,
that's right. All the Turner Classic movies, all the AMC movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I think my answer is gonna have to be Hulu, only because it has a tremendous amount of adult animation on there.
The Boondocks?
I don't know if they have that anymore. I think that's strictly on HBO Max. But they do have Family Guy, they have The Simpsons, they have Bob's Burgers. And I could probably live the rest of my life just watching those. But also, and this is a little bit of a cheat code, they have access to live sports. And I'm a big sports guy. And so football season comes around and I need to watch my Florida State play. And I can tune onto the ACC, or I can pay to get the ACC network to it as well.
Right.
So it's a little bit of a cheat code, but maybe Hulu only for that reason. But
so Hulu edges out for the exact same reason that Peacock edges out for me, in terms of they have the one content that I really give a fuck about.
I mean, there's content on other platforms that I give a fuck about.
But I mean, like, your life would be inexorably changed if that wasn't available.
Yeah.
Like, if I couldn't watch wrestling, I don't know what I would do with myself.
Right. You know? So maybe Hulu, just because of the adult animation library and access to sports.
Although I will say, apparently, rumor mill is that Tony Khan is about to sign AEW streaming service to HBO Max. So if I could, I mean, as long as I'm getting wrestling, I might go with HBO Max if that happens.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, fair question. Let's see. If you could have any two directors switch films, what directors would they be and what films would they be?
Oh, that's a really good question, actually. See, my original response was Kevin Smith, because I would love to see him do like a Goodfellas, or
Kevin Smith does the Goodfellas.
I would love to see that. That you can't tell me that's not a great movie.
Scorsese does Clerks.
But see, that's the problem, is I can't think of someone else that I would like to see do a Kevin Smith movie. Like I can conceive of movies that I would like to see Kevin Smith do, but I don't know that anyone else could step in and do a Kevin Smith movie. Maybe Jim Jarmusch, or what was the guy that did Slackers, and Richard Linklater. Richard Linklater. I would maybe, if Kevin Smith did Dazed and Confused and Richard Linklater did Clerks, that would be a really interesting mix.
That's a good pull. I'm trying to lean two different ways, and I'm not sure. I would say maybe have Terry Gilliam do The Prisoner of Azkaban, like originally planned.
Oh.
And then Alfonso Cuarón do Fear and Loathing.
Wow.
So Alfonso Cuarón's the director who did Children of Men. He did Gravity, so it'd be like that'd be a really interesting switch. Or a Terry Gilliam movie with like a Tim Burton, like having Terry Gilliam do Big Fish,
and Tim Burton do Brazil or something like that.
Yeah, or something. Or I don't know exactly what.
Imaginarium.
Yeah, Imaginarium Dr. Parnassus is probably what I do there.
That'd be a good one, yeah. I can see that. See, again, your answers are crushing mine, so I don't want to play this game anymore.
I think I'd go Terry, because he was originally slated to direct Prisoner of Azkaban with Gary Oldman, so I'd do that there, and then, I'd probably have Alfonso Cuarón do Fear and Loathing, which I love Fear and Loathing, but it'd be really interesting. It'd be super long takes, and like, how cerebral can Alfonso Cuarón get with all this camera trickery that he's so good at. He's a master of long shots and putting cameras in places. Like, how did you make it from across the room over there to here and being upside down in one continuous shot? And to fuel that with like the drug binges of Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro and that'd be trippy.
That'd be a good. I like that. I think you're winning this game so far, sir.
I'm pretty good at what I do, man.
The research is done, son.
We're doing this for y'all. All right, a few more. If you could be a cop, a police officer from any precinct, movie or television, what would it be?
A cop from any precinct, movie or television.
I'd just be RoboCop.
Oh, god damn it.
Detroit, baby. Shout out to Paul Dixon. Shout out to Detroit. Mr. Steven. No, I wouldn't be Robo. He gets torn to shreds too often.
I mean, and then you do have to go through the original trauma of like Red Foreman shoot your dick off and blast your hand off.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Bitches pay the punishment, or whatever it says. Yeah. I'm butchering the line.
Yeah, Red Foreman of that '70s show. Nice. Yeah, forgot he did that.
Yeah. Shout out to Kurtwood Smith. I would say, God, being a cop in any 21 Jump Street
TV show or movie or both.
TV show, but I don't. But I don't want to be the young-looking cop going undercover. I want to play the old
curmudgeon,
the old curmudgeon who's like, back in my day, we couldn't have sex with our high school students to trap them into buying drugs. Yeah. Back in my day, we had to invite them to a kegger. And
yeah, I mean. It is,
or being the one that's like, you're walking the edge here, Hanson.
Yeah,
you're
that Ricky Hatchup straight out of the academy.
You're dancing the line. You can't tell where the student begins and the cop begins.
Right. You're losing sight of it.
Losing sight of it.
Don't make me reel you back in, goddammit. Yeah, those cops rule. By the way.
But goddammit, you're one fine cop, and you get the job done.
Being that cop in any universe, because it's so universally accepted, would be the shit. I think with
my luck, I would be the cop that's like 6 days to retirement, and then I get shot in the head.
Yeah. You have the widow, Irish wife.
That's right.
Oh, Dudley, you're so close.
Oh, my boy.
Yeah.
They killed my husband.
Yeah, that'd probably be me too. Yeah. I would say honestly, the easy answer for me is Super Troopers.
Oh,
those guys have a great.
shit.
Yeah, Super Troopers looks like a blast. Even if you're Farva, you're having a good time.
I mean,
a liter of cola. that movie rule. Yeah, probably Super Troopers, or like I said, being one of the curmudgeons would be a lot of fun. Being in like the Lethal Weapon.
Right. I need your gun and your badge.
Yeah. You can't go in the front door. They didn't say anything about the back door. And you break protocol. Yeah. Any one of those cops would rule. But yeah, probably Super Troopers, man. They look like they're having a good time out there in Rhode Island. So surprisingly, the sequel to that movie is actually really funny.
I still have not seen, actually.
We were talking about it last week. That came out around the same time as like Dumb and Dumber 2 and like Zoolander 2. And you're like, why are they doing a sequel to something that's like too little too late?
Right.
The sequel to Super Troopers is actually pretty funny. It stands up. It's more of the same, but not necessarily in a bad way.
I'm definitely going to have to check that out.
Yeah, it's surprisingly funny. All right, we got 2 more. Who is your favorite?
3 more. I'm sorry. No, there's one that says, how do you get a job here, fuckface, and something about touch my camera through the fence. Oh, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
Sorry, you missed that one.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Anyways, favorite movie pet?
Oh, okay. So this one's kind of a cheat, but
I would assume you can't just pick an animal. You can be like, the alien from Alien would be my favorite
pet.
No. It has to
be
a pet that belongs to somebody. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's kind of a cheat, but R2-D2?
Oh, hey. You're referring to droids as animals, and I think that's pretty disrespectful to the droid community. You know, we try to be progressive here at What You've Been Watching, and we don't know the exact political layout of how they would take that, my friend.
That's what I'm saying.
But Chewie works as an answer.
Because fuck Wookiees.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, R2-D2. He's a hell of a companion.
See, that's where I interpret it. It's not necessarily pet, but I mean, I'm not sure what the rights and regulations on droid ownership is.
I mean, they do. Yeah, that's more. They are service droids, so I don't know. Yeah.
See, right?
It's like having a service animal. I mean, I'll allow it. I guess.
Right. He's my seeing eye dog.
Yeah. 3PO would be a little bitch. It's fun all the time.
Fuck you, Anthony Daniels. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. Man, it's hard not to say a Mogwai.
I was just thinking that was my backup in case you had nothing.
Yeah, I can't think of another really good pet. Petey from Dumb and Dumber, or not Pretty Bird.
Oh, the one where they
tape his head back.
Tape his head back on. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Man.
Feed me, Seymour.
Oh yeah, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess a Mogwai would be pretty cool. I can't really think of anything else. I'm trying.
Benji would be a really cool pet.
Yeah, Rin Tin.
I mean, that's a smart dog.
Yeah, Tintin would be a dope ass pet.
Rin Tintin.
My bad.
Tintin's a French dude.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Adventures of Tintin. Yeah, no, you're right.
Although, if you have a French dude as a pet, I mean, we learned something about you today.
No,
so.
I definitely do not. I can't think of anything, man. Yeah, probably. I guess a Mogwai, even though my life would become hell very quick. Oh, Spider Pig. From the
Spider Pig?
Yeah, Spider Pig. Harry Plopper himself.
Harry Plopper.
Yeah, from the Simpsons movie.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a great pet.
Awesome, like, potbelly pig?
Yeah, no, he's an awesome pet. He has so many looks. So many looks. All right, final question. This is one I just threw in there at the last minute. Michael, honest question. Why were ninjas so cool in the early 90s?
I think it's all cyclical. I think that there's a certain pattern of like there's cowboys, then there's ninjas, then there's pirates, then there's astronauts. I think it's all cyclical, and I think that just ninjas the time was ripe for ninjas to take their place, especially with the advancement of like everything was action movie oriented, and I think you can trace it originally back to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of the 80s, and I think that that's sort of what set off the craze. I mean, ninjas have always been semi-popular or something like that, but I mean, there's definite points that you can point to in terms of like the Ninja Turtles set off the ninja craze, and then Jack Sparrow set off the pirate craze, and Mal from Serenity set off the space. I
think that was Han Solo, but okay.
Well, no, Han Solo set it off, but then 20 years later,
I gotcha.
Then comes Serenity and setting off the whole like space adventure thing. So I think it's all cyclical. I think that it's just it's time for something to come around.
I'm not sure if it's that toy manufacturers decided that ninjas were going to be cool, and so that's all we got.
Sure.
Or if kids decided that ninjas were cool, and that's all they gave us. But I think it started with a Karate Kid, because you remember like when we were kids, I know it kind of started in the 70s when like, and before my time or whatever.
The Shaw Brothers. And
and there was like a big craze, and like you saw a bunch of, but then like, when I was a kid, like the amount of Taekwondo dojos that appeared in every freaking shopping center ever, like it was just everywhere. Like if it was a shopping center, there was a Taekwondo center,
right? Or a karate studio.
It was It was like a boom. And I think it started with a Karate Kid, and then like Ninja Turtles came in, and then like Batman's pretty much a ninja, and like so we got Batman the animated series,
right?
And then it was like, it was just rad. Like it was
Power Rangers. Yeah. Then you bring in, it was
just like everything we had was like martial arts, karate oriented, and it was a great time to be alive, Michael. That was my question. Oh, also to answer the previous question, what would I want to see rebooted again? Anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles related, I would always want to see. I don't care how many times they do it, even if it's like, it's not my Turtles. I don't care. I'm just glad that the Ninja Turtles are back in some fashion, form, or function for each and every generation.
I would say Highlander. I really think the time is really, really... The time has come for a Highlander reboot, and especially if you put it in the right hands, like a
I think David Leitch is doing it.
David, really?
Yeah, the guy who did Deadpool 2, who did one of the John Wick films.
That would be great. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's him and his buddy. Shoot, I forgot which one did which. But
or you know what?
I think David Leitch is doing it.
Who was they did Menace to Society and...
the Hughes brothers.
Hughes brothers. Like, I think that if they were to do a Highlander, that would be great.
I'm with it. I like anything those guys do, man. Freaking Book of Eli's the shit.
Maybe.
No, I like it. I mean, yeah. I mean, Menace to Society's my shit, though. But, yeah, I think that's why Ninjas was so cool. Is we as kids told toy companies that Ninjas were cool, and they took it and ran with it. Or maybe they just told us that they were cool, and that's all they felt like selling us. Either way, great time to be alive, my friends. Well, that is the mailbag. We ran through it.
That's it?
That is the mailbag.
That's the end of the mailbag?
Yeah. If you want to send us a mail, please reach out at whatchabeenwatchingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook at Dudley Bros Podcast.
Dudley Bros Podcast.
You can also just search What You Been Watching on Facebook. We will pop up there, and we have a very cool little logo, courtesy of the great MKD art. Yeah, so reach out to us there. Fill us up with your mailbags. Fill us up with your goodies.
Give it to us. We want it.
Give us all your goodies. So, anything else, man?
That pretty much covers it, man. Next time, go see a movie and
then write us a letter about it. Peace.
Good job.